Welcome to BMBBH News with Kev. News brought to you without the WS.
Breaking, disturbing. New details in the death of a 3-year-old in Tallahassee. Tonight, court documents giving us a look into what led to his death. ABC 27's Chantel Navarro is following this story live in Tallahassee tonight. Newly released documents show Talia Jefferson, the woman accused of killing the 3-year-old boy, was in a relationship with the boy's mother. Now she's in jail, and the boy's 6-year-old older sibling is in custody of Child Protective Services. So here's what we found in the court documents. Jefferson told officers she threw a tire iron at 3-year-old Miguel after he refused to get off the sink while brushing his teeth. She admitted to hitting him a couple of times after initial contact, with injuries to his head and face that she initially told police happened after he hit his head on the toilet. Documents also show that Jefferson waited hours before taking the boy to the hospital and knew he was dead by the time they arrived. Today I talked to Miguel's mother, Erica Jenkins. The two had been in a relationship for 4 years. Tonight she says she's still trying to come to terms with what happened to her son.
So just pray for us and stop speculating, because I still don't know the full details of what went on with my child. And I'm still waiting to hear back from investigators on what exactly went on.
It's important to know that court documents say that Miguel had other scars on his body consistent with prior abuse. Jefferson admitted to officers that she's hit the boy in the past, along with his other older sibling, who's now with DCF. The state's attorney's office says that more charges could follow for other people involved in this case, and she's expected back in court tomorrow morning. For now in Tallahassee, Chantel Navarro, ABC 27.
Hello, this is Kevin. This is Black Man Being Brutally Honest, and thank you for your support as of late. And if you are watching this video and you haven't, please go below this screen, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit all when you hit notifications so you will know immediately when I upload news stories such as these. And this one is a sad one to report. So let's get to it. On the evening of Tuesday, October 20th, 2020, Talia Jefferson, 23-year-old, would bring the 3-year-old son of her 4-year girlfriend partner, Erica Jenkins, to the local hospital where he was unresponsive. Upon examination of the boy's body, it was discovered that there was evidence of abuse. So 23-year-old Talia would be arrested, and she would confess that she threw and hit the boy with a tire iron, and then he fell off of the sink and hit his head. It also appeared that Talia waited hours to bring the boy to the hospital where he had already died. Talia Jefferson, 23 years old, has been charged with murder and aggravated battery of a child and remains in custody to this day, awaiting her day in court. All right, this is the hot take portion, and if you have kids in the room, if you want to go somewhere else, if you're watching on your cell phone, or you just want to come back to this video later, this is the more profane part of this presentation. So if you will, I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to make everything appropriate, and you've been warned. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's look at some numbers for a second. Erica Jenkins, who already had a 6-year-old. Well, it was 2 by the time she met Talia Jefferson. Okay. Around that time, when they was in their relationship, sometime during that, Erica would get pregnant and have a son. The son was 3 years old at the time of this incident. So 4-year relationship with Talia, 3-year-old son, you put it together. Erica went outside her relationship to get pregnant and have a child. Now, whether we know this as an open relationship or not, I seriously doubt it. The 3-year-old might have been a product of Talia's resentment, which gives motive for, premeditated. I would say it just like that, and plus it had been reported that there were signs of abuse already from scars and healed injuries, which means that this was probably hidden from people outside of the two's partnership. So there was, as you saw in the news report, they're saying that others could be arrested. And how do we know that Erica, the mother herself, isn't also one of the abusers? I mean, it probably wasn't just Talia, because she felt like it was okay to go get a whole tire iron and throw it at the little boy because she was pissed off that he was standing on the sink, as she says. Wow, these women are dangerous to children. And what I'm saying is that, a lot of child abuse does go under the radar. And relationship abuse does as well. So a lot of it goes under the radar because the people that are involved are female. And I'm really sorry that some abuse does go under the radar. And the reason why I say that, because men, especially black men, are always blamed for the ills, for the abuse, for the death, and for the killing of, black women. And some claims are legitimate, but that's not inclusive of stories like this. Now, if you want to check out stories that are similar to stories like these, if you think that these are rare incidences, you can do things as simple as 1, a Google search, or 2, check out some of the other videos on my channel. As far as I know with these kinds of relationships, in my past experiences, I know not to antagonize or approach. Now, like I said, in my single days, I knew not to antagonize or approach the girlfriend of a stud type. And it appears that, Talia right here might have been the stud in the relationship. Studs always seem to be intimidated by their more feminine girlfriend, going back to Dick. And let me just put it just that way. And it seems like anyone who threatens their position as number one in their girlfriend's life, especially a child, is apparently subject to their wrath as well. But, it's not just her, but, like I said, I got more stories like these where, it be angry baby mamas that do rash stuff that'll cost the life of their child. I'll put some of the links in the description below. But anyway, like I was saying, some abuse does fly under the radar, and that's a shame and that's unfortunate, because if you're just going to stereotype one group of people, which, black men are always blamed for every violent thing that happens to a child or a woman. There are more cases like this than you think, and we have to take more careful social examination of these kinds of incidences before we jump to conclusions and assumptions about them. As far as Erica's 6-year-old, the child has been taken into Child Protective Services rightfully. And as far as the 3-year-old little boy, rest in peace, little man. You deserve better parents than what you got. So, okay, this is Kev. That's it for now. This is my hot take, and like, share, subscribe, and Kev we trust. Goodbye.